white women are not the alternative to black women, and white women are not better than black women. Shark Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. So here's the deal. I got this question from dude a couple weeks ago. He was saying that he was having a lot of problems with the young girls that he grew up around, young black girls basically. So he said once he crossed over, started dating these other girls on the other side, he said they're giving him more attention. He's having a better dating experience. That's typical, really. It's typical for you to go in another environment where it's the numbers are small when it comes to you, and you get noticed. That's pretty common. It's just like if you're in a class, and let's say you're the only black person, you're the token in the class, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. Common. Or if you're the only person in that group, you're gonna stick out. That's just what it is. There's some people within that group, within that class, within that environment. Just a few people are gonna be curious. Who's this guy? Where is he from? And so on and so on, etc., etc. Common. That's just basic psychology. Nothing new. That's not deep. That's just what it is. Now, what I can tell you is this. The grass is never green on the other side. It's just a different type of grass. Your experience is not necessarily better. Your experience is not going to get better until you get better. And I've met every type of woman you could probably imagine at this point. From almost every region, every continent, every walk of life, every class, rich, wealthy, poor, homeless, working class, whatever. Religious, Christian, Mormon, Islam, Muslim, Judaism, Jehovah's Witness, whatever. Whatever you want, or whatever you got, I probably met or came across that type of woman at some point. Now, have I dated everyone? Of course not. I haven't been everywhere. But I've pretty much met a lot of people in my life, and I still meet a lot of people all the time. I meet a lot of women all the time. I meet a lot of guys all the time. I meet a lot of different people all the time. Every week, I'm meeting a new person. So, you don't get better. You don't have a better dating experience until you get better. Now, you might meet some girl, let's say an Asian girl, white chick, whatever. And in the beginning, it's always good, like any woman you meet. It's always good, common in the beginning. It's always good in the beginning. Now, as time go on, that's where things is gonna get a little rocky, because you ain't representing. You ain't got your shit in order. You ain't on top of your game. So you might have a good start. You might have a better experience in the beginning. But as time goes on, it's probably going to fall apart. I've seen this play out many times. I know black women, and I know a lot of brothers that said, hey man, I got this white girl over here, and man, she treating me well. And she probably is. To your standards. She probably is. And the reason why I say to your standards, because you probably have low self-esteem. So if you haven't gotten no play from black women, or maybe you aren't used to getting a lot of play and a lot of attention from any woman, and as soon as you get a little bit of attention from somebody, that's going to make you feel a certain type of way. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're having a good experience. You're just having a better experience based on your standards and your previous experience. But you got to look at it like this. Let's suppose you worked on yourself. You did some internal work on yourself. You got better. You became a better man. You became a better leader. You became, you got your money in order. You focus on building something that you really like. Maybe you focus on having a better career. If you're working on all those things all at the same time, your experiences with any woman, almost any woman that's attracted to you, is going to be better. Just across the board. You're going to get more attention just across the board. Right? And the reason why that is because you radiating a certain level of energy when you walk out into the world. And that doesn't have anything to do with the woman. That has to do with you. Now, the problem with a lot of guys is they focus on what the woman is doing. And that's a mistake. What are you doing? What are you doing to become more of a valuable man in society? What are you doing to create more life for you and the people around you? Forget what the women are doing. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to say what they want to say. Up until a certain point. When they meet the right guy, they're going to throw all that shit out the window. All that tough talk, all that independent talk, that's crap. So if they run into the right guy, they're going to throw all that shit out the window. You know why? Because he's that dude. And she know it. And she can feel it. It ain't a lot of talking that has to be done if you're that dude. And it doesn't matter, what I've learned, that it doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter who she is either. In most cases, she'll still be attracted to you. Now, how far would she go? Would she get married to you? I don't know. Will she get in a relationship with you? I don't know. But I tell you one thing, there's a good chance you can hit that. That's what I've learned. You can hit that. And if you want a relationship with her, you can probably have one. And I learned this because I worked on myself. I wasn't so caught up to what women are doing, what black women are saying, what white women are saying. Look, white guys have problems with white women too. So white women can't be all that good. I hear white guys complaining too. So it can't be all that good on the other side. Just a different type of grass with a whole set of problems. It can't be that good if white guys are complaining. We got white guys out here are basically saying they're going their own way. They call themselves MGTOW. They don't want that. They don't want to get into no long-term serious relationship with white women. And then you have other different guys. They have their own set of MGTOWs. They don't want to get anything long-term or get married with women either, because they feel like it's a waste of time, too much risk, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, because they're focusing on what women are doing. They're focusing on what the results of what happened to his buddy. But, like I say, I focus on what I'm doing. I focus on what I'm going to do. I focus on getting better every single day. Why? Because I know the better I become, my experiences get better. And why do I know this? Because I'm demonstrating it weekly. My experiences with people when I'm out and about, you know, my conversations are getting better all the time. It's good. There's always room for improvement. It's always getting better all the time. Little subtle things happen between women all the time. That didn't happen when I was in my 20s. It didn't happen like that. Little subtle things. A lot of this stuff comes with experience. So I stopped waiting on other people to change. If you're waiting on a woman to change, you're gonna be waiting for the rest of your life. So I had to change. When you change, how people see you changes. Their perception of you changes. You give it off. You don't even realize it. You give off. You offer certain energy. You know? So, just because you talk to these other groups of women, that doesn't mean they're better. Just a different experience. Might be a better experience for you. But that's based on your standards. You know why I know this? One of the reasons how I figured this out, because I remember when I first went to Japan, and I started meeting Japanese guys like months later, and they was telling me how their girlfriend was acting and treating them or whatever, or just girls in general. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's how your girls treat you. Okay, whatever. That's how they operate. Meanwhile, I wasn't getting that same level of treatment. But on top of that, I didn't know. I didn't know that level of treatment existed, because I wasn't experiencing that at the time. Because I'm coming from America. I'm coming from outside within another world, another culture, another way of thinking. So I don't know what I don't know. And the reason why I didn't know, because no one ever told me. And I never tried, I've never made the effort to find out. But when I made the effort to find out the cultural differences and all that good stuff, my experiences started to be better in Japan. My experiences started to exceed a lot of the Japanese guys that I was around at the time. Only because I got better. Get it? Oh, I hope I'm making myself clear with this. Nothing gets better until you get better. I can almost guarantee you, your level of experience dealing with any woman at this very moment, it can get 10 times better if you got better. But you know what? Most guys won't do it. You know why? Because they're lazy. Because they're cowards. Because they don't think highly of themselves. Because they have a low self-image of themselves. Because they lack confidence. A small percentage of guys are going to see this video and they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to make this change for the better. And the best part about it, you never have to start all over again. It only gets better from here. You're on your way up. And you're going to be light years ahead of most guys. And this is stuff that I write about in my book, Boss Life Secrets and Love Can't Wait. Amazon.com, go get it. And this is stuff that I talk about in my programs that you can find on my website, ChooseYourRelationships.com. Go get it. This stuff is life-changing, man. I live this day in and day out. So, hey, like this video, share this video, and tell me something that you're going to change today. Leave your comments below this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.